What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is the vertical shelf garden here. You guys see I've made some changes over the past month. It's been roughly, I don't know, 5-ish weeks since the last, 4 or 5-ish weeks since the last video. Just want to give an update on the hydroponic tent and the progress, the things that we've done, where the future of this thing is. I love this setup. Practical for the home hobbyist garden. You could grow anything in this, from vegetables to all the other stuff that we grow on the channel, which is a good reason why I like to label this tent for vegetable purposes, because everybody will be able to see the videos without being blocked from them. So that, and there's a lot of other people out there that want to see other things too. So you kind of get the best of both worlds when we're wrapped up in the in the realm of vegetables and things that are legal, 50 states, the deal. So I don't have to explain that every video. So I did build this. I finally got this finished. I know you guys seen the short of this. I did redo the PVC. It's actual PVC and not drainage pipe. I know there's a special glue for that drainage pipe. I just didn't want to go out and look for it. So I went, picked up 3-inch PVC, 2 caps and 2 elbows. I would have liked to have been able to make it a 3 wide, and I think in the future they might, hopefully they can have like a wider frame. So, and then again, if you have a wider frame within this tent, I mean, I'd say we're about 10 inches from here to the frame. We're probably about 8 inches here, 6 inches in this way. You could make another frame that fits the exact dimensions of the tent, but at the same time, it'll be hard for you to accommodate anything else. It's going to be really, really packed. Fitting the fans, the electrical, more fans. So it makes sense to keep it like this, and we're just going to see how this works out. In all reality, it's plenty of space for you to do whatever. So I'm going to show you to do everything that you're going to want to do within this tent, honestly. So what I did is this top shelf here, I'm going to keep that for like what you see right now. These planters, it's going to be packed with different things, lettuce, herbs, peppers, dills, cherries, tomatoes, mesclun, all kinds of different stuff. We're going to do a lot of different stuff. And then on the bottom here is where I'm going to get into different things. I'll get into that specifics on another video. So basically, we're going to have everything here is going to be hydroponic. It's inert of any kind of organics. It doesn't have any fertilizer. So anything that you see in this tent is going to be a hydroponic driven application. So we got cocoa mixed with perlite here. We got to get an NFT DWC system here, although I don't have any air stones drilled in this unit yet. They're coming. And this bottom is also going to be, I want to do different stuff in this bottom. Something cool. I want it on a daily basis. So this whole bottom is going to be like super greens, but I'm going to do it differently. We're not going to use these. We're not going to use trays. I'm actually going to give it one good shot of just using that tray and try and be minimalistic about it. Just keep it minimal and probably get 2 or 3, probably 3 good harvests of super greens here in the bottom. And I'm going to consume these on a daily basis. This is obviously for my personal consumption and health, which is why I want to grow these superfoods and super veggies down here. And I'll get into, preparing that stuff as well as we move forward through this. This is not just about this hydroponics setup, and there's more. There's more to it. So more health conscious driven rather than just cannabis related stuff. So it's good. It's good. We're all getting older. I'm getting older. I'm not 20 years old no more, guys. So this is going to be fun, and the kids are going to love it. So I'm going to have to break it down in tiers, and that's how I've got things planned out right now. So we got the Coco got the NFT hydroponic system. I originally wanted to put that down there, okay, and then do this. So I wanted to do this here and basically lower everything and then do that up there, but it didn't work out because I need gravity to to drain the water. I need some kind of gravity to drain the water back down into the reservoir here. Okay, that bucket. That's our reservoir bucket. That's a 5-gallon. Everybody has one of these at home. So if you're following along with this project, you can make this system for, what did I spend? 20 bucks on the PVC, about $20 for the fittings. So let's just say with tax, we're under $50 for those fittings. And about another $20 for the 3/4 inch. So let's just say 75 bucks. With the glue. So under $75, you can build one of these yourself. And obviously, if I had more PVC to use, if I had more space, this would absolutely be a 3-tiered system. I would have liked to make the center one. So come out I would have liked to make it 3 sections. So come in, have your inlet on the center, tee off up here, and your returns come back this way on the outside to go back into the bucket. That was my initial intentions, but you know, like I was saying, we don't have enough width within these trays to accommodate, you know, my every desire. So, but that's okay. That's completely fine. I'm just saying the tent actually allows for some space. I'd like to see that footprint possibly in the future. I just don't know how that's going to work out with the fans. So I did kind of come up with a small solution. This is great fans, by the way. This is the Spider Farmer clamp fan. It's available right there on their website. Go to spiderfarmer.com and check it out. Along with these lights. These lights are fantastic. And just so you know, only one of these lights is going, so you can get an idea of how bright they are. This one is off. And we only have one light bar up here because I really wanted to get like a baseline of what one light is capable, and everybody can see the potential with where we've started. As we move forward in this grow, it's going to get more technical, and we're going to be running more things, more lights, more equipment. So what I did, I flipped this fan around, and I actually got this thing blowing air into the tent. I don't have to worry about odors in this specific tent because we're growing vegetables. If this were a tent, I would absolutely have this thing on a vacuum, a negative pressure, meaning that fan would be sucking air and pushing it out the tent, scrubbing the air as it goes, and, you know, filters the air, pulls the air through, scrubs it out, dumps the air somewhere else. So that would be that. But I don't have to worry about smells or anything like that in this tent. So it works out great. But you can see this Vortex Spider Farmer fan. It's a Vortex style Spider Farmer fan. You could see the leaves are just kind of bouncing about right there. That's just this little subtle movement with the leaves, so you know it's adequate ventilation throughout the tent. Same thing's going on down here, and this is actually running. So I want to give a detailed video, a dedicated video on what I did to build this. But I'm sure there's a lot of you that are in the trades like I am, and you kind of just know how it's done already. So, but if you're looking for specific information, you know, how many of this, what size of this, where I got that, where all the name and the parts and where I got everything and how much it costs and how easy was it to assemble and how I assembled this one, I'm going to make a detailed video for that. So that's for another video. So I did get these online. I picked up these silicone bottom cups online, which are great. They're fantastic. Check this out. You're just transplanting, squish the bottom. Makes it easy. I picked up a couple of these. The kids love coming in here and just, you know, watering the plants like so. The kids have actually been solely responsible for taking care of this garden. So everything that you see here has been completely grown by them. It's 100% their effort. I'm only here to help and assist and occasionally remind them that, hey, your garden needs water. So they don't know what's coming down here, so they're going to get a kick out of this coming right here on this bottom level. And they think this thing right here is like a spaceship in the middle. Kind of looks like a spaceship with all these crazy halo LEDs going on. But when they saw me put this thing together, they were like, oh, wow, how's that going to work, Dad? There's no dirt. So they get to see the difference between growing in a soilless, inert, soil-like medium, and then 100% hydroponics, and then superfoods growing down here, and just, that's coming. So, and just set in layers. So they like it. They don't want to be on camera all the time, so that's fine. The kids take care of it. I did notice that as soon as I brought this LED, they're pretty powerful. So yesterday, this LED was about halfway down here, and these leaves were showing stress signs from the LED being so close. Today, not so much. Cleaned it up a little bit, installed this. I just did this yesterday. So I left on vacation for a couple weeks, and I came back, and I kid you not, all this stuff was dang near dead because I left for 2 weeks. So what I did is I just heavily watered everything, and then filled up the bottom of the tray with like a ½ inch of water or an inch of water, basically to about like right around there. And I left. I didn't really have a choice. It wasn't like I had anybody to take care of my garden while I'm gone. So, and I can't skip out on vacations because I have some vegetable plants to tend to. These are precious moments with your family and your kids that can only be had once in life. So don't let your gardens dictate what you do or don't do. Spend time with your families. Get out there. That's the reason I implemented this tent into my routine in my life, is that if this is what I do and they know this is the stuff that I like doing, it's a part of my life, why not teach them how to do it in an appropriate setting, and teach them the different stages and layers to it. These kids don't have science in school anymore, and that blows me away. So it was a little concerning through me. So all the way to kindergarten, pre-K, all the way from pre-K, my son, all the way through 6th grade, didn't have science. Well, they touched base on it in just a general class, okay? But they really don't teach science in school anymore, guys. So it's really cool. There are some schools that are actually starting to implement horticulture and growing so they can become more, in tune with the earth and plants, the environment, and teach them about these kind of things. But they don't really have any education in science. So my sixth grade kid comes home and he's finding science extremely hard, and I'm asking myself why. Well, it's because they never had science all the way up until 6th grade. And science, when I was in school, was a staple, and it was one of my best subjects. So between science and math and history, those were my best, by far my best subjects. I was the greatest at those. There's typically A's and B's. In sports. So everything else just kind of barely made it by. So, so it was a great opportunity to kind of take some, the kids don't know how all this stuff works, and they've got tons of questions for me, and the teachers are too busy to answer those questions per individual kid. There's like 50, 60 kids in a class, so why not take advantage of the opportunity and, structure some educational content for your kids, and teach everybody something else along the way that's not wrapped around in just cannabis. So great opportunity here for me, for you, for my kids, and everybody that's watching. And I'm really enjoying this so far. The kids are loving it. And I'm going to be completely honest, I've never grown. I don't live in like an agricultural state where you can just go to the local farmer's market and have an abundance amount of crops. It's usually dried beef jerky, dried seasonings, and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that's available locally to me. You're not going to see apples, cilantro, and romaine, lettuce, and peppers. You're not ever going to see this stuff at a local farmer's market near me, because I don't live in an agricultural friendly state. So, which is all the more reason to try and just grow some of your own. So here's my logic and thoughts. Teach the kids, get some of you guys on board and interested in doing these things too. Maybe I spark some imagination and you guys, I don't know, have some fun with your family as well. And everybody can learn from it. But I don't really know how to grow my own vegetables. And I know what I've done here, it looks great. Everything here looks super good. Like, look at the purpling on this mesclun and this romaine lettuce. This looks beautiful. Like, this looks far superior to what I'll find at my local grocery stores. I'll tell you that. And if I get the opportunity, maybe I can strap on my GoPro and walk into some of my local grocery stores. The romaine doesn't look this rich. It literally looks, some of it's like wet and soggy, and it's a lot of discoloration and red, slimy looking stuff on the bottom of the stalk. You typically got to wash it off. And I know this due to all the shipping and time differences, getting it from one place to another. But, it's actually where I'm at right now, where I started and where I'm at right now. I'm actually more intrigued and more interested in this program now than I was then. I have a solid, game plan. I have ideas, and I know things are going to change and, kind of mature along the way, which is the whole point. That's the purpose of this, is to acquaint and educate yourself and build it better and just do it better. So with all my hydroponic gardening expertise right here at the tip of my thumb, I went ahead and I made this system. I want to see, so basically we're going to get a good, just a base. Whatever I feed these is also going to be the same nutrient line in these. So these will get the same bucket of water essentially. When I water here, I top off there or do my res change from that 5-gallon bucket there, and you'll get the point. Whatever these are eating, these will eating, and everybody will be able to see everything side by side, stacked on top of each other, just like this. How fast can I get this romaine to grow compared to what we're doing right here in cocoa, compared to what we're doing down here in a different fashion? So we'll get into this. I'm not quite set up for this yet, but we're almost there. Next video, I should have something laid out here. So that's going to be interesting because, for instance, lettuce, which is the romaine lettuce. I wrote 68 on it. My kids actually wrote lettuce, spinach, dill, and mesclun. You gotta love those backwards S's. They're so cute. Anyway, 68 days to harvest. Like I said, this has been in here roughly 5 weeks. I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, this looks good enough to eat right now. It's just not tall enough. I'm used to romaine kind of being like, romaine hearts, probably about that. And that big giant romaine, I'm not sure if this is that strain, but a lot taller. So we'll get into all the details later, guys. In the meantime, we are running the 2x4 with the Spider Farmer ventilation system and the reservoir bucket. I'll make a detailed video on how we put all this, middle tier build video. I'll make a specific build for you for this shelf right here. It's been fun. It's good to kind of shop around and kind of pick up these little oddball pieces. This is stuff that you're not going to see at a hydroponic shop. And ep3, we're perfect for running LEDs in here. I can't emphasize or reiterate enough how important it is to run at least 82 degrees inside your LED environment. If you are running LEDs and you are not at least 82 degrees, I prefer like 82, 85. I've even run all the way up to 90, 92. If you're not sitting in high temperature, high temperatures when you're running LEDs, your plants are not benefiting to their fullest potential. Why even be running LEDs? If you're not going to sit at elevated temperatures into the 80s with LEDs, don't run LEDs. Go buy something else. Go buy HID light kit, high pressure sodium, metal halide. You get the point. Because I do a lot of these consultations every week. I'm doing at least 5 consultations, and a lot of times, most of the time, 90% of the time, incorporated with some other things, some minute stuff that they're doing wrong too. Long-term subscribers to the channel, their LEDs, they're not sitting at appropriate temperatures. And that's the biggest mistake that they're making, is transitioning or coming from an HID garden. They've been growing HID 10 years, and then all of a sudden they're going LED, and their yields are suffering. They're pissed. They're upset. Like I said, I can't reiterate it enough how important it is to sit at mid 80 degree temperatures while running LEDs. And because I live in a state that's not agriculturally friendly, is due to the warmer climates, I kind of just benefit from running LEDs anyway, because I don't have to provide any kind of AC care or equipment. I can just literally put these things in a tent, and I'm usually sitting around 80 something degrees. So, and it works out fine. But if, let's just say you're not, you're gonna have to close your tent, and you're gonna have to kind of manage your micro atmospheric ambient temperatures with the door shut, with the door cracked open. You're gonna have to find a sweet spot, and I've had to do this in so many other instances with humidity and all kinds of stuff, where I literally come over here with a Sharpie and mark it with a Sharpie and be like, okay, this zipper right here at this climate right now, this is where the zipper needs to be in order for me to maintain my humidity or my temperatures while I'm growing or I'm drying and curing. So you guys get the point. You guys got to kind of micromanage and find that sweet spot within your garden, your equipment, and your geographical location. So I hope that all makes sense. And I know somebody's going to ask, is Mother Earth cocoa perlite? I don't know. I literally go to the shop and I say, where's your cheapest bag of cocoa perlite mix? Something 50-50, get me close as possible. They said, right over there in the brown bag. That's what I grabbed. I grabbed 4 of those bad boys. So you kind of get the point there. I'm not going out of my way to spend hundreds of dollars on unnecessary name brand equipment, okay? I'm totally against that, but we do need decent lights and fans. These are the most important pieces of the puzzle. These are the main game changers. You can't get the yields unless you're running appropriate LED equipment. Your expectations are not going to be met, and your heart may be a little broken for that. So make sure if you're going to run LEDs, do it in, make sure you're running the appropriate temperatures, and all's well. So if you got any questions about this grow, this tent, I'll continue to give, once or maybe twice a month, regular updates about what we're doing here. Probably this month is going to be a lot more because we're just kind of getting all this set up. So there's going to be a specific video for the DIY NFT DWC system that we got going on over here. It's kind of like a hybrid, if you will, with what we're going to do down here, with what we're going to do up here. And we're just going to kind of lapse it and layer it all together and just kind of have fun with it. This is meant for the home hobbyist, enthusiast. I want to get on, because I have a lizard too. We have a bearded dragon that eats a lot of lettuce. He eats this. He could probably eat this whole thing in like 2 or 3 days. So you see where I'm going. And I go to the store and I buy this, and it's like $5-6 every time I go there and I get like 4 heads of romaine. So what I did here is I did mesclun. So everything from mesclun here, these 4, that's mesclun. Dill, that's dill. Spinach, and then I did more lettuce than I did these other ones. So we did lettuce, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 lettuce, 4 spinach, 4 dill, and 4 mesclun. That's about an appropriate balance and ratio that I consume, even personally. I eat a lot of lettuce and a lot of spinach, and actually all this stuff I eat on a regular basis. I would like to actually add more mesclun to my diet, but I don't have it all the time, or I forget to buy it at the store. But the idea here is to rotate this in and out. So lettuce is every 68 days, spinach is every 45, dill is every 65. Get this, mesclun is every 20 days. That's cool. Also, I picked up, and I'll get into more detailed stuff about this later on, I picked up some you know, these, I want to say they're just off the wall plugs. So you can see how that one's more, get you in the light, it's more smooth and funny looking. And then this one is actually more porous and it looks more like a natural synthetic glow plug. And this one just kind of looks oily and slimy. So I'm experimenting with different things that I'm picking up offline. I'll get down to the hole where I purchase everything in the long run, so you guys will see it, be able to kind of go out and find that stuff for yourself if you don't already know where to get the stuff. I'm trying not to spend a lot of money here. You know, this whole kit is the most expensive thing. It's a couple $100. The Spider Farmer tent is 2x4. So, all right, what's up? You guys get the point, and we'll get into all the little stuff later on about where to buy all this equipment from and where I got everything. Or I'll leave links in the description below, and you guys can check that out for yourselves. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Much love, and you guys stay blessed. Peace. Boom.